welcome to the Crazy Hat Chemist. So here we go. We're going to do another Lewis dot structure drawing, number 4 this time. So, bam! Drawing Lewis dot structures, number 4. Draw the Lewis dot structure of water. So hopefully you can come up with the formula for water. H2O, fantastic. Now you're going to look at your periodic table to find out what group hydrogen is in and what group oxygen is in to get the number of valence electrons in those respective elements. So look at hydrogen and figure out, oh, it's in group 1, I got 1 valence electron. Look at oxygen, and that is in group 6, so I got 6 valence electrons. How many oxygens? 1. How many hydrogens? 2. And then I'm going to sum these numbers up. So it's 1 times 2 plus the 6. Okay, and that gives me a total of 8 electrons. So I have 8 electrons total. Now, I'm going to divide these, just like I have on every single one of these, by 2. That will give me now 4 pairs of electrons. Okay, and I'm going to take these 4 pairs of electrons, put them in my bond blender, and then figure out how to disperse them out. Okay, so the first thing is I'm going to put a plus sign on my piece of paper, and I'm going to figure out what is the least electronegative element that goes in the middle. The least electronegative element is the one that's furthest from fluorine. Now, oxygen is very close to fluorine. In fact, oxygen is the second most electronegative element that there is. However, that the rule also continues to state, but never hydrogen. Therefore, hydrogen will never be in the middle. Therefore, by default, the oxygen is in the middle. That is the central element. Okay, now what we're going to do is place the 2 hydrogens around the oxygen somewhere along my plus-like pattern. It really doesn't matter where. I just chose there. It could have been 2, 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom, 1 on the right-hand side, 1 below, 1 on the left-hand side, 1 below. But I have 2 hydrogens to place. Now the next thing I'm going to do is place, so I've got my 4 pairs of bonds in my bond blender. I'm going to shake that up, and then I'm going to disperse my bonds as is appropriate. So the first rule is to place pairs of electrons. That will be 2 in this case. 2 pairs of electrons between the central element and the outside elements, and that is right here. Okay? Now, the next thing I'm going to do is follow the next rule. So the next rule is to place lone pairs of electrons on the outside elements. The outside elements are hydrogen. Now, hydrogen follows what's called the duet rule. So the duet rule has been satisfied. You cannot add any more electrons to hydrogen. Therefore, we skip that rule. The next rule is to place lone pairs of electrons on the central element. I've got 2 more lone pairs of electrons in my bond blender left over, and I am going to disperse them on the oxygen, because oxygen is actually electron deficient. It is period 2, and it must have an octet. So now I've placed those lone pairs of electrons on the oxygen, and it has an octet, as you can see. And I don't have any more bonds left in my bond blender. So I'm done with that. Now I can rewrite this whole entire Lewis dot structure with lines representing bonding electrons and again dots representing non-bonding electrons. And then I get this structure right here. Okay? Hopefully that works out for you. Wow. I am the Crazy Hat Chemist, and please give me a thumbs up if you like that video, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. This will be the next video in the series, and that is number 5, Lewis dot structures. I can't wait. I will see you next time. Bye now.